just to check it off, is in the black and white Venom shorts. McGowan is in the grey Hayabusa shorts. Free publicity for both brands. You're welcome. All available at Fight Store Ireland if you're looking for these shorts. Referee Decky Larkin just doing a little bit of clean up in the cage.
Danny McGowan, incredibly dangerous, does have one punch knockout power. We saw that in February in a K1 fight, coming from that southpaw stance with that lead hook.
He said as well, Swann should be 2 weight classes up. I'm going to put him back in that mind frame.
Oh, beautiful straight!
Hand right down the pipe, and Swann takes it, but looks all right.
There's that one punch knockout power I was talking about from Danny McGowan.
Cool and calm, switched stances just momentarily there, but just sat down on that shot and the accuracy. And again, there it is. Swann needs to keep that right hand up.
It's coming in from that southpaw stance, just as Michael Swann has thrown a kick. The hands down, but Michael Swann drops him.
McGowan, both fighters down early in the first round. 2 flash knockdowns. Both fighters look fine though.
Big head kick from McGowan.
And it's McGowan who initiates the takedown here and gets it. The greed in me wants him to stand back up, Phil. But McGowan, smart here on the takedown. Swann trying to hammer fist his way.
Swann needs to get off his back, can't be flat back and base out, butt scoot out and try and get himself back to his feet.
The full mount is there by McGowan. Now he's going to try and just affirm this position. Swann going to try kick off the cage, and he does!
Into the closed guard of Danny McGowan.
Excellent cage awareness by the Black Swan.
Swanee looking to stand on posture, but McGowan not giving him any kind of time to settle.
He's got the neck, Phil, that's under. He hasn't got any hooks in with that arm, and that is under it.
If he can sneak in a hook, that's going to be super tight.
There's one hook in, that is tight.
Can Michael Swann get the submission? That looks super tight, right under the chin. Danny McGowan
doing the right thing, fighting the hands, Phil, but the lights could just turn out here.
The peripheral vision is bound to be closing of Danny McGowan.
He seems to have created just enough space.
But that looks
Swann is tightening it again, but he's fought that hand away. That look job done. Credit to Danny McGowan for staying in it here.
Noel O'Keefe, this fight has absolutely everything in the opening round, from knockdowns to takedowns to submission attempts.
And Swann lets it go to land some shots, maybe readjust and look for that neck again. But to come back from that big knockdown to then knock down McGowan and then almost get it done in the sub, and we're back to the feet. What a fight! And the knee by McGowan on the separation, and again changes levels, looking for the takedown, gets the trip, scramble for position, and it's Swann up against the cage. Look at the cage walk.
Has anybody told both these men that this is a 3-round fight? Surely this kind of pace is not sustainable. Swann trying to work the body.
McGowan again does well to stop the reverse attempt there by Swann.
Swann trying to bridge, but leaves himself exposed to knee on belly or the step over mount should McGowan want it.
This first round has gone by like an express train with no stops. That was the fastest 3 minutes of action I think I've seen in a long time. An incredible fight, and I tell you what, if you were trying to pick out fight of the night tonight, best of luck.
A little nod to one another in recognition.
And we're back underway. Swann looking for that leg kick. You'd like to see him use a little bit more of his range, really, Phil, that long, but again, it's the overhand shot of the strikes from McGowan. Works his way in, looking for that left hand again. Wants to lead left hook.
Michael Swann's base is a little bit lower here, almost in anticipation of the takedown.
Looking low, Swann. That normally means I'm going to go high in a moment.
It's just as Michael Swann's throwing that low leg kick that you see Danny McGowan jump forward from the southpaw stance with that straight left down the pipe.
Just trying to counter and use the momentum of the kick with Swann against him as well.
It's like that Thai background where you're taught to swing your hand down to create momentum, which is very dangerous in mixed martial arts with these smaller gloves.
At the minute, McGowan is starting to just throw single shots, head hunting, looking for the knockout off that one punch. Go back to setting it up.
Oh, that's a big left hook and then return.
Never mind what I just said. Swann looking for the jumping teep. Not there. The fight is settled a little. Both fighters now showing respect for each other's abilities. Change of levels. McGowan gets it back down.
That's beautiful flair on that double leg. Just taking your opponent off to the side so that you can transition into that side control.
And now he's just going to sit in this position, go heavy on his opponent, and maybe then look to slide that knee through.
I'd like to see Swann trying to establish an underhook. He has one underhook.
And now Chris Fields giving the instructions. McGowan listens. The bridge though by Swann, and explodes out of it. Excellent work by the IFS man. McGowan looking to get back to his feet, but the right leg ankle was held there by Swann to not allow him stand back up.
Swann just kicking the legs, trying to take the pop out of the wrestler.
And McGowan just used the cage to get back up, try to change levels, but Swann dives into it and ends up in full mount.
Nice hips from Michael Swann. Really showing his growth as a martial artist. You know, it was the wrestling that was his undoing in his last fight, and he's shown the work he's put in with Peter Duncan.
Back to his feet is McGowan. This is an intriguing matchup here in the featherweight division.
The educated crowd here at the Crowne Plaza calling for knees.
Real battle of position here. It's Swann who pushes McGowan up against the cage. Digging for the underhook as McGowan, a 10-second clapper goes.
If either man can score a takedown now, as Michael Swann does, that could be a pivotal moment in round number 2.
Huge moment in the round, you feel. Swann ends up on top, but an intriguing matchup here. And Swann momentarily going back to his corner, looks the fresher fighter. The experience. Coming into the third and final round, Clan Wars 35 featherweight division. Danny McGowan, Michael the Black Swann, all to play for round 3. Both fighters just having a look at what each other's going to present in the third round here. Standing in the center, and it's Swann who's utilizing the kicks. He's really starting to feel, as you alluded to in between rounds, he's really starting to mix it up well, using his wrestling and grappling, but also utilizing that background in kickboxing. But as I say that, Danny McGowan gets a takedown.
I think Danny McGowan has illustrated that he's more than happy to eat a punch to try and get inside and score those takedowns.
McGowan might potentially feel he could be 2 rounds in the hole with the knockdown and the submission in round 1, the way the second round finished. So McGowan might feel he needs a finish here.
Michael Swann playing around with rubber guard momentarily.
Them long limbs of Swann open up the opportunity for him to switch hips, arm bars, triangles. But as he tried to switch, McGowan beautifully steps into half guard. Expect him to posture up, maybe land some shots, but Swann using that to explode. But this time McGowan stops it.
Good control from McGowan. We've seen in round 2 he got swept from that position, but he was able just to settle down on the hips, keep himself nice and loose. Michael Swann really needs to get a foot on the hip here, do something, use the cage to work his way back up. He cannot sit in this position for the entirety of the third round, not when rounds 1 and 2 were so close.
Good accuracy on them knees, needed to be legal, but Swann is back to his feet and turns McGowan. Excellent work by Michael Swann. Diving in on that single again, but stuffing the head down is Michael Swann.
Good defense. Momentarily looked like he was trying to slip in a darce, but I think lets it go. Good sprawl from Swann, but McGowan able just to reclaim that lead leg. Swann needs to show heavy hips here. McGowan trying to drive forward to put Michael Swann on his back.
Really driving forward, but Swann using that defense and
trying to hit the switch on McGowan.
Grimace from Swann more so, just trying to hit that switch, as you said, Phil. But McGowan running out of time.
Michael Swann needs to be careful not to hit the back of the head, but if he can grab an ankle, so old school gi jiu-jitsu, grab the ankle and pull him forward, almost roll him.
Swann landing some good shots on top here as well. Looking to take the back is Swann potentially here.
If he pushes that head down and just transitions into the parterre position, he's got a hold of that ankle.
McGowan looking to
Beautiful.
turn the corner, not stopped there, stopped by Swann, and finishes the round. Hammer shots, landing shots in. It's an interesting one to go to the judges' scorecard. You think Swann, Phil, potentially has done enough here after an insane first round. Excellent second and third round by Michael Swann.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for both fighters. At the 3rd round, we'll actually go to your judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this bout